Welcome to Art History, the Roman Empire. Map of the Roman world. The Roman Empire was the most expansive and powerful of the ancient world, and its cultural productions, architectural forms, social and legal structures, and language have influenced Western world of today. The empire dates from 753 with the establishment of the city of Rome in Italy. The early monarchy gave rise to the Roman Republic established in 509 BCE. The early Roman Empire dates to 27 BCE and the rule of Augustus, followed by the High Empire of 96 to 192 CE, Common Era. The Late Empire, 193 to 337 CE, ended when Constantine, the first Christian emperor, moved the capital of the empire from Rome to Constantinople. At its height, the Roman Empire spanned 3 continents, and its former territory is marked today by monumental works of art, architecture, and engineering. Roman sculptors were avid followers of the ancient Greeks, though they developed a distinctive realistic style. Early Roman architecture blended forms from the Etruscans and the Greeks. The Romans were architectural innovators, using concrete on a monumental scale, exploiting the structural possibilities of the arch, vault, and dome, and developing building types such as the basilica and amphitheater. Model city of Rome during the early 4th century CE. The temple of the Roman god of harbors, Fortuna Virilis, built around 75 BCE. The columns are Greek Ionic. The building plan is basic Etruscan, with engaged Greek columns on the sides and back. A building with engaged columns is called a pseudo-peripheral temple. Ancestors were venerated. Denarius with portrait of Julius Caesar, 44 BCE, in silver. When Julius Caesar placed his portrait on a coin, he declared himself a god, as only portraits of gods had been on coins previously. This was shortly before he was assassinated in 44 BCE. Freed slaves depicted themselves and their former owners in relief on their tombs to celebrate their new freedom. Aerial view of the Forum in Pompeii, Italy. Pompeii was destroyed by a volcanic eruption in 79 CE. This is the atrium or entry court with the impluvium, a pool for catching rainwater. Water was stored under the floor. House of the Bede in Pompeii. This is the center courtyard with rooms opening into it. Examples of Roman mural painting. The Republican period first style featured stucco panels painted to resemble marble. The second style dynastic mystery frieze was in room 5 of the Villa of the Mysteries in Pompeii. Examples of second style wall painting. The painting on the right depicts a Tholos temple, and the architecture in one point perspective. Objects diminish in height and width as they recede into the distance, to one vanishing point on the horizon. Fourth-style wall paintings in the Domus Aurea, or the Golden House of Nero in Rome. The portrait of a husband and wife in fresco is most likely a marriage portrait. Fourth style still life with peaches from Herculaneum in Italy. Statue of Caesar Augustus. Wife of Caesar Augustus, Livia. Pont du Gard, Nimes, France, a bridge and aqueduct over the Gard River. It is still in use as a bridge today. The Porta Maggiore, Rome, is a typical city gate with the remains of an aqueduct on top. The Roman Colosseum, or Flavian Amphitheater. Portrait of a Flavian woman. The Arch of Titus. The Forum of Trajan. Column of Trajan. Beheaded Dacians from the Column of Trajan. The Arch of Trajan. View of the markets of Trajan. Portrait bust of Hadrian. The Pantheon. Pantheon's interior with geometrically designed marble floors, niches for many gods, the coffered ceilings were covered in gold, and the oculus is to let in light. As the sun moves across the sky, different niches of gods are lighted. Hadrian's Canopus and Serapeum he designed is an eclectic construction. Several architecture styles are borrowed from Greek, Roman, in Rome and other Roman cities, the general populations lived in apartments called insula. Emperor Marcus Aurelius's bronze equestrian statue was once covered in gold. The statue was an important turning point in art and led to depicting the subject's true character. Romans in Egypt adopted the practice of putting the face on the deceased's sarcophagus. The portraits were painted on wood with colored wax called encaustic. The late Empire. Emperor Septimius Severus has his son's face removed from the family portrait. because he had damnato memori, damned Septium to hell. Bust of Caracalla shows his characters as if he's looking over his shoulder. Caracalla was assassinated. In an effort to restore order to the empire, Diocletian decided to share power with his potential rivals. He adopted the title of Augustus of the East. There was an Augustus of the West, a Caesar of the West, and a Caesar of the East. Constantine, son of Caesar of the West, became emperor by defeating his rival Roman armies. He attributed his victory to the Christian God. The Arch of Constantine in Rome. Constantine and Licinius, a co-emperor of the East, issued the Edict of Milan, ending the persecutions of Christians. Constantine was baptized on his deathbed in his new capital at Constantinople. The Alua Palatina, or Palace, in Trier, Germany, reflects the architectural style of Constantine's Basilica Nova in Rome. The building is typical of later Roman architecture. Coins with portraits of Constantine.